But what I loved was, or what I found really funny was the messages in the inner circle groups where it was like, look, when one door closes, climbing through the window. So, do you know what I mean? It was like he didn't. You're right. He did not give up, and it was his mindset that kind of pushed him through that determination. And it's like, you know, you are going to have doors closed in your faces, but that just means that door wasn't the right one for you. You know, like you see Steve Harvey say, look, there's a whole corridor down there full of doors. One of them is going to open for you. You just got to keep knocking.
You just obviously mentioned Module 10, which, like you said, is fairly new, as well as all the members' results, all the retreats, all the events this year. We have added so much value, so much more training, revamped stuff, more services to be able to help people win. And I think, like, we've been so busy. Every one of us has been working really hard in the background. So, yeah, that's what's made it today.
It's been busy, recently really busy. But it's good though. Like we've always said, like from the start, we don't want to be like the other systems that
just put it out and then that's
leave it.
Yeah.
And then it's the same training for the next 5-10 years. It's like the online world. Anybody that's in the online world, you understand how quick it moves.
Yes,
and I think that's where we stand out from the crowd with that, because we go with the updates. When things change, we go with it. We make it better. We provide that straight to our community. And like all the results we're talking about, it's mainly because of this one reason. Like we're the most up-to-date platform out there.
Like, even though it's busy, and even though it's like time consuming, and it can be tiresome at times, like we love what we do.
Yeah. It's rewarding.
It is. It's so rewarding, and that's what just keeps driving us on to do more and more. And seeing those results, like, you know, when we get the messages to come in and say, like, I've smashed it. I've hit 5 months consistently turning over. No, not even turning over, but 5 months consistently profiting X, that I'm handing in my notice today because I know I've got this down. Yeah. It's steady, it's stable, and I know it's for the foreseeable. That's amazing, because you know that those people they've achieved what they've set out to do in the first place.
So thank you so much for tuning in to our podcast. Today we're just going to go over how this year's gone so far. I think in all different areas of online business models that we've been helping people with, been pretty damn successful so far.
It's been an amazing year so far, and not to mention just the results of members have been amazing. Obviously you guys know working with them, but we've been to some amazing places this year as well.
So many cool places, so many. So let's touch on the B2B side of things. How's everything been this year in B2B? Because I've seen, like, well, when people come to events, DMs that we get and stuff, the results people are getting are crazy, Alex.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year. Literally started straight out from January. We had members absolutely coming straight out of the blocks, smashing it, doing huge numbers as well, like not even like small. So the good thing about B2B, as you're aware, is you can do local sales, 200, 300, 400 quid a week, month, whatever. Then you've got some members who are doing literally 50k months. Got one member in Dubai who's literally 3 months in 150 grand. And that was everything she learned was through the system. The training she implemented was through the system. So it's incredible, and it just shows if you put your mind to it, as cheesy as it sounds, you will be able to do it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think I've seen the same thing on the B2C side of things, with members, like you said, like kind of putting your mind to it. I think we've had some members that have joined and kind of within a couple of months are already hitting that first milestone of like £1,000 turnover in a month. But then we've got some members that have been with us a little bit longer that kind of got to a point of feeling a little bit disheartened by not necessarily seeing the results that they wanted to. But then kind of this year, I think with some of the different things that we've implemented with masterminds and kind of bringing members on those masterminds that are actually achieving results and talking through the journey and the strategies that they're using, these members who were starting to get a bit disheartened have kind of gone away, took a good look at themselves and what they were actually doing with their businesses, changed things around, and are now starting to achieve and even overtake some of those into, like, we've got members that are doing easily doing 5 grand months. We've got members that are doing like 10, 12 grand months with private label products, right through to like 25 grand a month. It's incredible.
Do you know what's good about that is this year I found that something that we've obviously mentioned a lot in masterminds and the training is the mindset behind everything.
Yeah.
Because only yesterday I had a member lose a big contract with Wix, which is a huge store in the UK, and then literally turned it around with a different opportunity with can't remember the other one, but a huge warehouse in the UK, and it just shows members are not giving up, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, that could have gone the other way. They could have given up and thought that's it, but
that's it. And you've just said that people have obviously gone away, taken a look at themselves, but not given up and this is rubbish or whatever.
Yeah,
they persevered. Yeah, probably done the training again.
Yeah,
given themselves a kick up there, and then got the results.
But what I loved was, what I found really funny was the messages in the inner circle groups where it was like, look, when one door closes, climbing through the window. So, do you know what I mean? It was like he didn't. You're right. He did not give up, and it was his mindset that kind of pushed him through that determination. And it's like, you are going to have doors closed in your faces, but that just means that door wasn't the right one for you. You know, like you see Steve Harvey say, look, there's a whole corridor down there full of doors. One of them is going to open for you. You just got to keep knocking.
100%. And when it comes to B2B, I actually embrace emails saying no, because the worst ones are when you don't hear anything back at all. Yeah. If you get no's, that's fine. That's one crossed off. Yeah. Well, you're one no closer than a yes. Everyone's seen that meme with the person with the pickaxe and the gold or the diamonds? Yeah. And it's so true. You're just one closer.
100%. I think one thing that we've really stepped up over over the best part of a year now is bringing the community closer than ever. Like with more events, more retreats, and like the masterclasses, the webinars, the workshops, and like what you're saying with the member who failed closing that deal with Wix, he had a community behind him. In the inner circle group, people pushing him. Like there's no reason why you should give up at that point. Like it'll make you hungry to succeed. So I think bringing the community together, everyone's positive.
Community is key, because people get that on their own will get downhearted.
It can be lonely sometimes, like working online. So it's amazing to have that backup.
Cheerleaders, basically. Yeah. And all of a sudden, they've got themselves a new opportunity. Yeah. And that's so. Question: what was your favourite meetup or retreat you've done this year so far?
Good question.
We were actually talking about this in the car earlier, coming back from the gym. But Bali was my favourite retreat. For a couple of reasons. Like one, because Bali's quite special to me, but also just the amount of members that we had there. You know, there was close to 40 of us. Like pat on the back for us for the organisation. Pat on the back for you, Tami, for the level of organisation. But yeah, that was incredible having that many people. In kind of networking together.
I think with like Bali as well, like people go there for like a honeymoon or like
it's like once in a lifetime experience, isn't it?
Exactly. But then like being able to implement that within our community and having like what you said, like 40, 50 plus people there, you never do that. No. Like you never see people do that. So I'd say Bali is at the top for me.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Switzerland, maybe. I knew you were going to say that as well.
You got that first. Yeah, Switzerland for me, I think it had everything, but it had just a really good set of members there who are it seemed like all of them were doing well in some sort of capacity, B2B or B2C.
Yeah.
And the ones who weren't necessarily doing well were willing to learn and talking to the other members and getting lessons. And
we actually had 2 members off that sit down together who are doing a business together now as well. So that's also like that leads to opportunities. Like Bali, we had so much fun, but we also did so much work. So it was like the perfect mix. And the same with Switzerland. Like we did lots of fun things, but we got the work in. And then those 2 are doing well now, working together. They've like created that bond by being away.
Yeah. And that just shows the incredible networking that can come from these things as well. Because a lot of times members see each other on masterminds, or they will see each other on or the day meetings or whatever. But the actual retreats is where we're just chilled 12, 13 hours a day, just chatting and connecting with people and networking. It's really good opportunity. And what I'd say is if you do get the opportunity to go, it doesn't matter where it is, you'll
Yeah.
get value out of it in some sort of capacity.
Yeah.
And we never
For sure.
pick anywhere crap, so
And that
There is that.
Yeah.
yeah, we only went to Monaco last time.
just
So-
Monaco.
Exactly. And the plans going forward are going to be even bigger and better.
And we've been discussing them last night as well, haven't we? So we've got some cool things up our sleeve for next
Yes.
year.
Gonna be good.
Bigger and
The
better.
upcoming retreats, but even the events are getting better. The last event we did, busiest one we've ever had. That was what 40. Once again, 40, 50
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah.
And it seems like that there's like we've got such a big community. Like I managed to talk to a lot of people, but I was talking to one member, and he said he's just had a conversation with this guy over there. He's doing about 80K a month. And I'm looking at him like, oh, I forgot his name. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's crazy. And then it's just, people just smashing it left, right, and centre. But it comes down to like, these are the people that network when they can.
Yeah.
These are the people that, go to events, retreats, and it's good. I think it's going well.
What I like about the retreats, and it's happened quite a few times now, is such a community feel, because even the catering, you're outsourcing it to other members.
Yeah.
And that's not the, and it's not the
Yeah,
first
the
time
event.
you've done that.
Yeah.
You've done it quite a few
Yeah,
times now. We had the
did last
pizza,
year.
pizza wagon with Sean, and then
Yeah.
obviously the last one, the chicken wings one, which was
good.
that was good.
That was
That
good.
was good.
They're on the
Yeah.
next one too.
It's everything is a community feel. Not only is it networking, which is key, but community and keeping it all in house is amazing.
But like you mentioned, obviously about like Switzerland with 2 members now going into business together. But I'm hearing more and more of that.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that. That's so good.
like even like it was only this morning actually. I was talking to Anna over to like a couple of members that they've been like members for quite a while, and they've been doing their own little bits. One in B2C, one in B2B, and now they've kind of joined up to kind of like
Join
like
forces, yeah.
join forces and kind of bring their experiences together and their knowledge from B2B and B2C to now create a new business where they're going to look at targeting both. So it's great that they've kind of, they've both got their expertise in their various kind of business models. But yeah, bringing that together to work and to work as one business would be really
Yeah.
good for
What
those
you
guys.
just said there is a prime example of the perfect business synergy is finding what you're good at
Yeah.
and the stuff you're not good at, get people who are good at doing.
Yeah,
Like, it's no different from marketing
yeah,
with Anthony, branding with Anna. Okay. It's all about finding what you're really good at and then, not necessarily outsourcing it, but partnering it's not the first time we've had members
yeah.
partner up with each other, which is amazing to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good, like, when we kind of mentoring people within their respective business models, we always say to them, like within the training system, there's training there for you to learn how to do everything. Some stuff you're going to understand more than others. You're going to pick up on certain bits and pieces, and you'll probably be able to run with that and specialize in that. It's good to learn every aspect of your business and make sure that you understand each of the processes and what's involved. But like you say, if you're not good at it, at least if you understand it, you can still bring somebody else in to deal with that aspect. It's really, especially when we talk about leveraging your time, and how to scale your business, it's bring in the people that know their shit and then just focus on the stuff that you're really good at. That's where you spend your time.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
we've just done a massive training module on. I think it's module 10.
Yeah.
And probably one of my favorites is basically assisting people who either haven't got the time or they've got, slightly more resources. Well, how can they find more time, or how can they outsource in a better capacity to get them from A to B in a quicker or better route? And that's one of my favorite modules as a whole that we've recorded, because it's key to get you going places quicker.
Yeah.
Is leveraging on people, software, whatever it is, helping yourself basically.
Yeah.
You've just obviously mentioned module 10, which, like you said, is fairly new, as well as all the members' results, all the retreats, all the events this year. We have added so much value, so much more training, revamped stuff, more services to be able to help people win. And I think, like, we've been so busy. Every one of us has been working really hard in the background. So yeah, that's what's made it today.
It's been busy, recently really busy.
Yeah.
But it's good though. Like we've always said, like from the start, we don't want to be like the other systems that
Just put it out and
put
then
it out
that's
and leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's the same training for the next 5-10 years. It's like the online world, anybody that's in the online world, you understand how quick it moves.
Yes.
And I think that's where we stand out from the crowd with that, because we go with the updates. When things change, we go with it. We make it better. We provide that straight to our community. And like all the results we're talking about, it's mainly because of this one reason. Like we're the most up-to-date platform out there.
Yeah.
It's all about, sorry, I was going to say not being emotional when it comes to marketing or whatever route it is, okay, if that's not necessarily working now, well, what is? And we're doing that, you know, providing new training all the time or whatever system's working at the right time is learning that and bringing it as quickly as possible we can to help and assist. Because there's no point, like you said there, you know, say, for example, LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn's always ever changing. So we need to keep updating LinkedIn. What worked 4 weeks ago, 4 months ago, might not necessarily work tomorrow. So it's all about keeping on top of it.
Yeah.
100%. And like even like with the drop shipping side of things, like how many times this year have we updated certain parts in there? I'd say at least six, 7 times. And that's because how fast it moves.
Yeah.
I think drop shipping is probably one of the models that moves the fastest in terms of what's working, because that changes so often. And we've got to keep up with it.
Yeah.
But I think that's where, you know, not just the training that we do and kind of updating the training modules, but also the masterminds and webinars and stuff that we do. You know, when we find something that's new out there and is working, we bring that to members in a mastermind, because we might not have the opportunity to get out and, you know, get a whole new training module or revamped or updated straight away. But we can bring that quickly. We can bring that information to our members really quickly and to the community through the forms of like the masterminds that we do.
Yeah, well, we're literally doing masterminds every week. So whether it's giving recap or giving new knowledge to people, to members, apologies.
Yeah.
It's on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And workshops.
And webinars.
And webinars. Yeah. I'm tired.
People can't get rid of us.
Yeah. But I think, like, even though it's busy and even though it's like time consuming and it can be tiresome at times, like we love what we do.
Yeah.
It's rewarding.
It is. It's so rewarding, and that's what just keeps driving us on to do more and more. And seeing those results, like, you know, when we get the messages to come in and say, like, I've smashed it. I've hit 5 months consistently turning over. No, not even turning over, but 5 months consistently profiting X. That I'm handing in my notice today because I know I've got this down.
Yeah.
It's steady, it's stable, and I know it's for the foreseeable. That's amazing, because you know that those people they've achieved what they've set out to do in the first place.
And now you've impacted their life.
Yeah.
With that.
Well,
it's incredible.
Funny you say that. You're seeing it have such a positive effect on people's lives.
Yeah.
So there's a certain member who's absolutely smashing it with coffee and also knife rolls.
Yeah.
You know who I'm on about, guys.
Yeah, of course. We do know.
He has reinvested. So he's got a restaurant himself. He gave everyone, out of the profits, a pay rise in his restaurant.
Amazing.
Wow.
Which is, you know, so it's not only he's benefiting, but everyone who's working underneath him as well.
Yeah.
So it's got a positive effect on everybody's life.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's good.
It's amazing.
It's really good. So yeah, I think this year it's been super busy so far, but it's been great as well. Like changing people's lives, introducing more and more knowledge, content for people to use.
Yeah.
But one of the next questions for us to discuss is moving forward. Now, there's a few things to talk about here, such as where do we think the online world's going to be, you know, this time next year? You know, what plans do we have for the community this time next year? Like, we've got a lot of stuff in planned. So I think, like, online business-wise, it's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And one thing that I've noticed since I ever first got into e-commerce as an amateur was that it is the only business model that is sort of stable and consistent. And it seems to just be like every month it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's consistent no matter what happens in the world, global pandemics, wars, you know, it's just consistent. Whereas other online businesses and, you know, mainly like bricks and mortar businesses, they struggle when stuff like that happens, especially like global pandemics. So yeah, moving forwards, what do you guys think about the online world?
I think it's as you say, it's only going to continue to grow. I think that kind of with the introduction of AI, that is going to kind of change the landscape again. But to the extent that, you know, we're starting to see little bits and pieces of it now in terms of personalized shopping experiences. But I think that's going to be a big one next year, is that whole personalized shopping experience, personalized recommendations, all kind of based on machine learning of somebody's shopping habits, the type of products that they buy and the type of stuff that they may be interested in, like stuff that is picking up from their likes from social media, and then being able to use that data in personalizing their shopping experience on your own store or on your own business. I think that's going to come into it. How things are going to get around, like the privacy aspects, because obviously we're seeing things like cookies consents and stuff like that by kind of stopping people from being able to track data. But I still think that even with all of that side of things, that the whole AI side is going to change the landscape again next year. It's moved really fast this year to kind of everything that we're seeing. I mean, it's all over social media at the moment, all of the different types of AI tools that are out there to be able to use.
Just touch on like AI tools as well. Like a lot of stuff I use, like even down to like my browser, the apps that I use online to, edit content and stuff like that. That's all got some form of AI in it now. There's all that. So it's like slowly, like what you're saying, it's slowly getting in there, and it'll blow up. It's going to blow up soon. Yeah, definitely. But I also feel like it's going to exceed in certain areas, like of what it can do. But I still feel like with e-commerce, it's going to, like, even today, and I still feel like it will be like that, this time next year, it's still not human-like. So like if you were to, and I've seen this, obviously I don't recommend it to anybody, but you can use AI to create a website or something like that. I tried this, and when I read it, like some of the words I couldn't even read, because it's just like, it's so like formal and stuff like that. It's like, I put people off shopping.
There's no personality to it. So I think that you're always going to need, because a lot of when people visit your store, people buy into the brand, the personality, the story, and you don't get that with AI. So we're still always going to need, like, you putting your passion into your store for people to want to buy.
Yeah. It's understanding the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
Like even with AI at the moment, you've got to be really clear and clever with the prompts that you use to kind of try to make it as natural as possible. But I'm only seeing that with people that are spending like days and days and days with it. Like they work with AI day in, day out, that are kind of getting to that sort of level. But even with the people that I've been talking to, and they show me the level of prompt that they use to kind of get it to be as natural as possible, I think everyday person is not going to be able to do that. The everyday entrepreneur isn't going to be able to do that. So I think AI is great to be used as like a kind of a basis, or give you like a framework to kind of help you with writer's block, to kind of give you some creative inspiration, that type of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's never going to be able to completely replace a human. The human still has to operate. They still have to provide the prompts for the AI to learn in the first place. And with how quickly, as we were saying earlier, how quickly the landscape moves, is AI going to be able to learn it that quickly and be able to react to it without being provided with a shitload more prompts?
It needs that learning time frame in order, and by the time it's reached that,
it's moved on again.
It's difficult in that area. But then for other things like editing images, it's great. So once again, that could be a benefit to your business in a certain way.
It's best to use it as a tool to help you rather than to replace you doing the work.
That's it. Allow you to help you to be more productive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But what we're doing is we're seeing what's out there and seeing, look, can this benefit our members? Yes or no, basically. And we're going out. So I've done this with the B2B automation. Now, it's not there to take place of anything. It's there to assist, because for those who've done B2B here, it can take a long time to find emails or scour the internet, find emails, scrape leads, and then send emails. Now, what we're doing now is a service that can basically, you still find who you want to be targeting, the key decision maker of a business, like director, owner, manager, whoever it is. But then you're able to then send 300-400 emails in one day, rather than it would take 20 minutes to find one email normally, scouring LinkedIn, find out who that best person to speak to. Now, we're basically getting people from A to B in a quicker capacity, and our job here is to basically get replies. That's all it is. As soon as you start getting replies, that's where the automation stops. That's where everything stops. That's where the human aspect takes over again. Because you're not going to have AI as it stands do that part, be able to speak to a business owner, whoever it may be, and try and sell your business or your product to them or your service. It's just not going to happen. But it's something that we're still looking into, and if we can, we will implement it further down the line. So it's the way I see it going forward. I think it's going to be, from a B2B capacity, more leveraging and more automation. I still don't think you'll be able to take the human side away from it in terms of literally the handshake, if that makes it, or that sell. But you might be able to get quicker replies, responses in some sort of capacity.
It's like the administrative side of it.
The stuff that takes time.
I wouldn't really trust, like, say if you're close to a deal, I wouldn't really put AI in that because I'd want to do that myself. You know what I mean? So, like,
and that's the fun part.
That is, so you got to be careful with it. But like what you said, Tami, like, you can use it to, like, help building your business, setting things up and stuff like that. So with the Change platform moving forward, so many big updates on the way. We've got a lot of stuff, new training being dropped. Seems like every couple of weeks there's something new coming out that's benefiting people.
I think every time we see each other, we have so many ideas and they just flow between us. And we're like, oh, we could do this for the members. We could do this. And then we just give ourselves more work. But we love it because it's giving value back to the members.
We need a new whiteboard soon. I'm just jotting everything up. So, 100%. But yeah, next year's going to be incredible with everything that we've got lined up. The locations for all the retreats.
We've got
the events that were planned.
Something big coming in January. Both for members, but also for us, which we're not talking about just yet. But something big coming.
Just to recap what you've just said, and if you put it into perspective, last year we went to Bali, Switzerland, Monaco.
This year, that is.
Sorry, this year. And Malta. And it's going to be bigger than that. Yeah. So how can it be bigger than that? Well, it will. Without giving anything away. Without giving anything away. It's going to be bigger and better.
It's going to be wicked.
Yeah, can't wait.
But platform-wise, I think we got a lot of stuff. Like, we're finishing up this year, and we basically putting the last bits together now in different areas. A lot of updated training as well. But I think moving into the new year, from a community aspect, like, be prepared because we got some awesome stuff coming. It's going to be insane. But
every time we come, watch this space, because every time we come away on these trips, another whiteboard, like you say, gets filled of, right, we need to do this now, we need to do that. Or this is another way we can assist in some sort of capacity. And we've all got something big coming next year, which is going to be amazing to see.
Wicked. So,
should we wrap this podcast up?
That's a good idea.
It's been an amazing year this year so far, and next year is going to be bigger and better.
Even better. Every year is better than the last.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
That's it.
Cool.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you all soon.